The city of Babylon stood silent beneath the burning sun of June 323 BC. Inside the palace, a strange stillness filled the air. The conqueror of the known world, Alexander the Great, lay weak on his golden bed. His once bright eyes, which had seen empires fall and cities burn, were now dimmed by fever. The man who had faced countless enemies now battled an invisible one within his own body. At first, his generals thought it was nothing serious, perhaps exhaustion or the summer heat. But as the days passed, the fever grew stronger. Physicians came and went, whispering in fear. None could save him. The army waited outside the walls, praying for their immortal king to rise again. Yet deep within the palace, everyone knew the godlike Alexander was fading. He called for his generals, Ptolemy, Perdiccas, Cassander, and Seleucus. They gathered close, watching their king struggle to speak. His voice was frail, his breath heavy. "The gods," he whispered, "are calling me home." The words struck their hearts like swords. For years they had followed him through deserts, rivers, and storms. And now the man who had conquered the world was slipping away. Outside, tens of thousands of soldiers gathered in silence. They demanded to see their king one last time. And so the palace doors opened. One by one, the soldiers filed past Alexander's bed. They did not shout or cry. They simply stood, hands over hearts, watching their hero fade. Unable to speak, Alexander raised his trembling hand to greet them. That silent gesture, the final salute of the greatest warrior, broke the hearts of every man in the room. That night, as the torches flickered, Perdiccas leaned close and asked, "My lord, who will rule after you?" Alexander struggled for breath. Then with a faint smile, he whispered his final words, "To the strongest." Moments later, his eyes closed forever. The great king was gone, but the world refused to believe it. For 6 days, Alexander's body did not decay. The priests were astonished. His skin remained warm, his color untouched. They whispered, "He is not dead. He is divine." Word spread through Babylon, the king who could not die. A golden sarcophagus was built, decorated with jewels and ancient Egyptian symbols. His body was to be taken to Macedonia, his homeland, but fate intervened. His general Ptolemy secretly diverted the procession, taking the body to Egypt instead. There, in Alexandria, he built a grand tomb, a resting place fit for a god. Pilgrims from all over the world came to see the man who had conquered everything except death itself. But while his body rested, his empire tore itself apart. Without a single ruler, the generals who once fought beside him now turned on each other. Greed replaced loyalty, and war consumed the lands he had united. The empire of Alexander shattered into pieces, each general claiming a part of his dream. From Greece to India, the fires of civil war burned. Yet, even as empires rose and fell, Alexander's name lived on. His story became legend, told in temples carved in stone and whispered by soldiers for centuries. Some said he became a god who still walks among the stars. Others believed he was cursed by ambition, but all agreed no man ever lived like him again. He was the boy who tamed Bucephalus, the man who united the world, and the conqueror who wept because there were no more worlds to conquer. In death, he found what he could never find in life, immortality. And thus, the world remembered him not as the man who died in Babylon, but as the eternal king, Alexander the Great, the one who could not die.